Hello, 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 everybody. Happy New Year to you for those of you on the other side of the world. And welcome to a special session where I'm coming back on to finish out the readings from this morning, the free readings. Only got to like two, I think, free readings. So thank you guys so much for the end of year donations. Helps me continue to be able to offer free content. So big gratitude and thank you to all of you and for your patience in me getting to your readings as well. And I'm going to be diving in here. There is no chat in here because I'm not taking any new requests. These are just making up for the ones this morning. I'll be back next Friday, next year, Friday morning. I'm on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And then again at 6 p.m. Mountain Time on Friday and Saturday nights. And then also on Thursday nights, if you're one of my Praying Mantis members of my YouTube channel, which is $7.99 a month, I also have a 2-hour Q&A. Plus, after every one of the regular sessions, I have an hour or so session with my Praying Mantis members only. So if you're interested, be sure to check all that out. All that's in the description box of the video. Plus, tomorrow, I'll be changing all of my pricing, except for my birthday readings that just came out, from half off to regular price. Birthday readings will still be half off to the end of January 2024. So if you're looking for a personal reading, past life reading, Hedge of Peace and Love, or my Astro Wish Upon a Star Astro reading, all of those are still half off until tomorrow. So be sure to check those out. All right, so let's get started. And let me just scooch this over here. And we're starting with a DT. So I'm going to be using this Sambucus Tarot for these readings here. Oops, I guess I can't really read it there. Is it gonna? There it goes. Kind of. There it is. So let's take a look here. And a DT, you want to know who is coming towards you. All right, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit have here for you. Let me just give these another shuffle. And hope everyone had an amazing New Year's weekend and 3-day weekend for a lot of people. So welcome in the new year in a beautiful, beautiful heart of gratitude. All right, let's see what we got here for you. Oh no. Well, I don't think anyone's going to come in here for a little bit of DT. You've got the Hermit card, which is about being with yourself with spirit, and you got the Hanged Man, which is like being a cocoon and having transformation. So right now, this energy is about you focusing in on you and looking into your transformation. It's great though, because that usually means you're raising your love vibration, and then your soul is not wanting to keep doing what you've done before and draw in what you've drawn in before. You're ready for a new kind of higher love. So looking into removing thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you, emotions that don't serve you anymore, and raising that love vibration up. So I really like that. For you, I like the result for you. I know going through the waiting and being by yourself and in a reflection isn't always what everyone loves to do. I'm a Capricorn rising, so I love the shadow work. But because I like the reward, and that's what I'm happy for you, is the reward that comes from doing that. So that's what they have for you right now at DT. Happy New Year to you. And Jushri Dubey, you are up next. You wanted some future self guidance. So guidance from your future self. What are they recommending for you right now at this point in your life for whatever you're inquiring about? Let's see what we have here. Wow, 2 major arcana. So the first two were 2 major arcana, and this one has 2 major arcana. Let's see, I can do this here. All right, there we go. So you've got the Emperor and the Sun card, both of the powerful cards. Sun card is about shining light upon things in your life and victory and movement. The Emperor, yeah, it's the Emperor, just so you can see Emperor. That's Aries energy too. So fiery, fiery energy coming in here. And the guidance here is for you to decide what it is that you want with the Emperor. There, get a lot of advice, a lot of self-proclaimed advisors in their life telling them the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts of life. And it's like, no, you don't need to. Listen to everyone else. The Emperor decides for their kingdom. And so you get to decide, what is it that I want? And appreciate all the advice and all the information, but you're at a point where you get to decide what you want. You put structure and form around what you're wanting and action steps, and you start taking action. And I like this. The sun and this is encouraging you. There's no right or wrong way. So step forward. Don't wait for it to be perfect before you step forward. Just go for it and adjust and enjoy the journey along the way, because nothing ever stays permanent here in this lifetime anyway. Nothing's ever just done until we pass and go to the other side, and then that experience is done. But everything else constantly changing, right? So I like that for you, Anjushri, and that's what they have for you right now. So happy New Year to you. And Grace 1111, you want to know January month for you. So I probably have mentioned it, but just in case, I do have uh, 2024 energy forecasts for the entire year that are out by individual zodiac signs. So be sure to check that out there for you, as well as Capricorn season, which will take you through January 21st, and solstice pick a cards too. That'll give you some information for the entire solstice period, which is December 21st through March 21st. So all that is on my homepage when you go back to my main page. All right, so let's see. Anything else here for January? All right. Guess they were waiting for me to finish that up because I'm like, no cards are coming out. All right. Wow. So 3 readings in a row, all major arcana. So I know 2024 is a year of huge change, but it looks like January for you is you spending this time here with yourself. Here's within this lantern, this star in here is the star card here. So this definitely, the hermit is about you stepping away, making sure you're taking time for yourself in January to let your higher self and the spirit realm guide you on your path. But it's also this hermity energy of you spending time really kind of journaling, thinking, contemplating what is your dream come true. Not the dream that you've been given by other people, the one that's in your mind of, well, if I had a wish to make, it would be this because that's what everyone would think we'd want. But it's like, what is your wish of your heart? And I feel like January really brings you in this clarity around what your heart wants for your life, which can be and usually is very different from the one that we've been brainwashed with in our head. So I like this clarity that comes in. Ask spirit, spend time with them. They will show you clarity, connect to your high heart. They will show you too. So I like it for you, and that's what they have. And happy New Year's to you. And then Kritika Malhotra, hello, hello. You want to know January about love because you are single. Let's take a look here and see. What does Spirit want? Okay, you to know about that. All right. Wow, you got 4 cards. So you do have here, yeah, there's definitely a change of direction here of love for you. You have the 3 of Wands, which is you choosing to go a different direction than you normally would around the 10 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. So you do have the World card too, major arcana, which is ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures that are free from all the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must. And you do have the Knight of Wands, which is fast movement and stepping into your power as well, with that here. So, all of these 4 cards coming in together just have this message of, 10 of Cups. Tens are endings and new beginnings. So you have the 10 in the World card, which is significant changes that you're making regarding your emotions and how you feel about things and people, and the Knight of Wands stepping into power is like you're going against the grain. You're like, I'm going to choose. I am going to follow my passion, not fall into what everyone else is telling you to do. That's where that 3 of Wands is you saying, I had plans to follow this specific route, but it's like if you're in the middle of a continent and you have to get to point A to B is to get from the middle of the continent and to the seashore. And then once you're at the seashore, you're going to board this ship and go this direction. Well, the 3 of Wands is you've got, from here, from in the middle of the continent to the seashore, you're getting ready to board that ship. But while you're in flight to get to the sea, you're like, you've had a change of way of looking at things. Instead, you want to take this ship or you're going to take this flight somewhere else. And so there is this change of love and how you're looking at it and what you're wanting to do with it. So there's a lot of ahas, and that can be that you have some interactions with people that show you like this isn't not what I want, or you experience people in a relationship or having situations where you're like, I don't want that. This is what I want, and a lot of clarity comes in for you. So I like that for you, Kritika Malhotra. So happy New Year to you. Excited for what transpires for you. All right. And then angel blessings, you are up next, and you want to know spirit's messages. So what does spirit want you to know right now? All right. Well, so you got some. It's interesting here. So normally the Six of Swords, they're in a ship that's going to a different location, and the Queen of Coins here is in a ship going to a different location. So I like this. The Six of Swords is leaving way behind old ways of thinking, moving to new ways of thinking. It is movement that happens in your outside world because of this too. So you've got this, you know, letting go of fears, letting go of restrictions, seeing things from higher perspectives that cause mental change of letting go of fears, connecting to higher, like I said, looking from a higher place, but it um, triggers and ignites action in the outside world. Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, new birth, um, sensuality. It's like the Empress a lot of that grounding energy, but, I feel like you're choosing some sort of action, some sort of movement, could be over oceans and over waters too. So if you're looking at, "I wanna go on a vacation, I wanna go move somewhere, I wanna do something different," very much energy supporting that and choosing some things for you. So I like that, that energy coming in there for you. So, spirit is saying, let go of the fears, see things bigger, choose for you, not for everyone else, because you can't please everyone anyway. It's like, what will bring you joy, and put some action around taking steps for that. So I like that. Right. So that's what they have. Happy New Year to Angel Blessings, and then Links Lee. You want to know Leo's thoughts towards you? Let's see what their thoughts are today for you. What's going on inside the Leo's mind? Are there things changing, or what is happening here? Yeah, I just feel like they're caught up in this. Five of Coins, Five of Pentacles, which is, of course, feelings of abandonment, lack, left behind, which goes way back to their childhood. Queen of Cups here, really getting in tune with their emotions and feeling things very deeply. So, just their thoughts towards you are not. They're just not active. I just feel like they're so internally focused right now and focused in on what's going on inside of them, what's happening here, these old emotions I've been feeling. Oh, no one loves me, everybody hates me. There's like this I don't want to say enjoyment, but they've gotten used to in their life to getting the negative attention. It just feels like with these cards, and they have trouble letting go of that because it's become such a part of them that they would kind of, feel incomplete if they let these emotions go because they haven't learned to transform them into something. Realizing that, it's just energy, and it will stay. They can transform the energy from low vibration and feeling, the victim and life is happening to them, and stepping into the power of life happens for us, and the power of choice and stuff that they have. They just aren't there, and they're just kind of hanging around in the lower expression of their Leo energy, which is about me, me, me. Pay attention to me, and I need the center of attention. I need that, and if I get the center of attention by acting like a victim, whatever way, I don't care how I get it. I just want it, and because they're at that point in their life. So, they're just not in a place where they don't have a whole lot of emotion and love for themselves, so they can't have it for others, and so they're not outwardly focused. Oh, so much so innerly focused, Linksley. So that's what's coming in there, my dear. And I don't know how. I just wanted to take this opportunity because we look into their thoughts a lot, and I feel like we get that a lot for some reason. I do so many readings that sometimes I can't remember, and a lot of times I don't remember what I've read. But when I get stuff that comes back, so I just want to see, are they? Yeah, it's going to take a massive change in their life for them to want to make a change. They've got to have a huge thing. The Tower card tells me though too that trust it, yeah, and even the lovers on the bottom. Trust it when people are removed out of your life, um, because the universe is moving people out of the way so that you can have space for something that's more in alignment with your higher self and to clear your path so you can move forward here. Because I was asking, Spirit, I didn't even finish my thought to you, but to Spirit, it was, well, are they going to make change? Are they going to do this and, look past this and grow past this and transform these emotions? Well, they were like, well, it's going to take something very drastic for them to like smack and wake them up to their life. But then the Tower card came in the message for you of, you know, I don't know if it's a good investment to continue to have energy in that because I know I used to fall in love with the potential of who someone could be, and I'd look past who they are and showing me who they are, and we learn, trust who they show you when they show you who they are, trust them the first time they show you who they are, and then go, "Okay, you're not gonna be this thing. This is who you are right now, and I'm just gonna let it be." So, but you ultimately get to decide. Of course, that's just their, them carrying, going, I would just move forward. Yeah, even the Eight of Pentacles is, you've been doing the work, you've been doing your inner work, and you've been putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears. You are transforming from this caterpillar to a butterfly, but they've been staying a caterpillar, and butterflies can't carry caterpillars. Um, and you wouldn't want to. You want to go do butterfly things. And that's what I feel like they're nudging you to let the caterpillar be the caterpillar. Don't try to sew wings on them and try to, build a contraption so they can fly as a caterpillar. Like if they don't do the work, then they can't go where you're going. And you deserve to be able to go places a butterfly can. All right. So hang in there, my dear. And happy new year to you. All right. And motivation, you are up next. So you want to know, who is this new guy that's coming into your life in 2024 that will want true commitment with you that you'll meet in public or online? Yeah. And happy New Year's to you too. So who is this new guy? All right. Well, got the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. So the Nine of Pentacles is someone, I feel like you'll meet them in public because of the Nine of Earth being, the outside world, the physical world. They're very independent. And so you're going to meet them when they're by themselves. And the Queen of Cups here tells me here that, you know, they're possibly a water sign, because I feel like this independence, the nine is the Hermit's card. And I feel like they spend a lot of time with themselves. They don't like crowds, they don't like big, gatherings, and this Queen of Cups means they're very empathic, very feeling, artist too. I almost feel like you meet them doing something you love, like, I don't know if you paint or do pottery, something artistic, like, it could be like there's, an art shop or an art crafty kind of place, small mom and pop kind of, where you can go and do pottery or paint or whatever if you don't have the space yourself. So you can pay to use their space and their kiln and their potter's wheel and clay, and you pay a certain amount. And I kind of feel like this artsy type of individual that is by themselves, or there's some sort of artist that's expressing themselves. And I feel like that's when you meet them. You meet them in person, in public, doing something you love, either listening to music, like I said, painting, pottery, some sort of art, that you're doing, and this is where you meet them. Very in tune, but they're okay. They're very independent, so they're not codependent, um, which is great when you have like a very watery sign. Emotions can take us into a very codependent type of situations, but I don't feel like they are. Very independent and grounded person. So that's a little bit of tidbit in there for you, motivation. So many blessings to you and happy new year. All right, smooth life. You're up next. So anything you need to know. Let's take a look here. What does spirit feel you need to know? Anything you need to know. What do they want you to know right now? All right. All right. We got a lot of movement here and a lot of motion happening too. You got the moon and the moon's energy that's coming in here. And I feel like what they're saying here, it's just important for you to know and kind of track and if you don't already pay attention to moon phases, definitely do that because the moon's energy seems to impact you very much. You can like I have like a daily planetary guide and I've got this is 2023, I've got 2024 over here. But it tells you the moon signs and it tells you the moon's impact and you can follow those online for free too. They've got where you can just search moon sign for today and you can track the moon and do a moon journal or whatever and just see how the moon's energy impacts you because it does influence you a lot by this here. And it's like the message that they're wanting you to know is, with the Queen of Cups here, it's like that's like the High Priestess, which is very in tune empathically with emotions and the moon. And the Devil card is the Saturn Capricorn energy. And it brings in a lot of, you know, the moon's energy will bring a lot of things bubbling to the surface, which the Devil card, our shadow, does to show us things that can be transformed, energies that can be transformed, things that we can free ourselves emotionally from. And I just feel like you can use the moon's energy so much, every other week I have a pick a card. On the weeks of a full moon, I talk about full moon release ceremonies and the energy around those, and then the other 2 weeks later, talk about the new moon. So you can follow me there too. I talk about those at least, but I feel like we change moon signs every 2 to 3 days because we go through the entire cycle of the zodiac through the moon every 29 days. And so you do have this ability to use the energy of the moon to release and to for new moon wishes around the subject that is coming up here with the shadow, showing you the things that can be released and grown in your life. So I feel like they're saying moon, following the moon and Mother Luna is so important for you. Are you a Cancer sign? Do you have a lot of Cancer in your chart? It's ruled by the moon, but I just feel like it's such an important thing for you. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, smooth life, and happy new year. And then Goldie, you would like a love reading. Let's see, what does Spirit want you to know about love, love, love? All right. Wow, you are going through here a beautiful transformation with you got the Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords. Five of Swords represents this battling between your heart and your mind of what is love, how um it's even like it looks like it's supposed to be together with a cloud. That's funny. But the Queen of Swords, she has the Ace of Swords, which allows her to see things from a higher perspective, from a place of unconditional love. But also, her Ace of Swords helps chop away these small T truths that are causing the conflict within you between your heart and your mind. We're given a lot of rules around love growing up of the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the have to be, the blah, 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 blah. Who are they supposed to be? Who am I supposed to be? How are we supposed to meet? How it's supposed to unfold? All these rules, right? That just suck the life out of a relationship. And this Queen of Swords is a balancing between heart and mind. And that Five of Swords was the battling between the heart and mind. And so she brings in a great balance, and you have this ability. And so they're saying that, as you're cutting away these belief systems you have around love, which were created growing up by what you saw in relationships, and then also what you experienced in your own, you've formed a lot of opinion around things, but it's letting go of that opinion to allow, it's like giving spirit the trust that I want love. I trust you can bring the perfect person in the perfect way in the perfect timing. And I'm handing it away. I'm giving over control. I'm going to go live my life, and then I'll meet someone while I'm living my life. Not my life is meeting someone and then they're my life. No, you live your life and they become part of your life, not the other way around. So I like that for you, Goldie. And that's what's coming in right now. So happy new year to you. And then soul searching vibe, you are up next. You want to know how will your future spouse be? All right, let's take a look here. What does spirit want you to know about your future spouse? All right. Well, I feel here with the 10 of coins, they've got a very solid foundation in the outside world with that. So full life, full home, full great family person. I just feel like their life feels full and you get to become a part of that fullness. The Page of Swords is new education, new mind, and I feel like they've gone into a well, maybe even a teacher role. We've got on the bottom here the Hierophant and the Magician, which is about someone igniting and getting into a different type of education than their family did. So whatever their family did, it's like I feel like everyone's a lawyer, everyone's a police officer, everyone's a doctor. Whatever this norm is for the family, they've done something different, which the family supports. So I almost feel like they've gone into a higher place. They've upgraded what they've done, and so they're okay with that. That they've changed directions, but they've are pioneers in a way too of their education and their intelligence. So I like this for you. A little bit of tidbits on who your future spouse is. You can start a journal and gather all the stuff that comes through, right? All right. So that's what they have for you. So happy new year to you. And then Cutie, you are up next. You got guidance for your love life. Let's take a look here. Guidance for the love life. All right. Two major arcana coming in here for you. Let's see. We'll do them from the top. There we go. So you got the High Priestess and you got the Chariot card. So movement and victory. A lot of choices to be made when it's coming to your love life. And the High Priestess is stepping away, connecting higher, looking behind the veil, diving deep into emotions, and realizing that there's a lot more. It's a lot of freedom that comes here because it's saying like trust in your heart and trusting what you're wanting from the heart space with the high priestess. And the chariot is like the not being afraid of choosing from your heart because we're taught so much opinion about when this thing happens, this is what it's supposed to mean. When this happens, this is how you're supposed to feel. When that happens, this is the energy you're supposed to put into it. When that happens, these are the physical actions you're supposed to do. And when we're like that, we're like puppets on a string when we feel like so attached to these beliefs that when something happens, this is what it has to mean and no other way. It's the open mindedness, the open heartedness of it where you can go, you know what, when that happens, I get to decide the story I put to it, the emotion I feel, the energy, and the physical actions I take. And so there is a regarding love here and guidance. It's freeing yourself from the mind and opening up the heart and sign what the high heart wants. And then realizing I get to choose what anything means. A lot of the mind stuff is in place because they were safety nets put in place because we didn't want something to happen that happened before. But you don't need those anymore. Those were when you were a child, and you're not a child anymore. So you don't need this baby gates. You don't need these things that will come in there with that. So that is what's coming in there for you, cutie, right now. So I like that for you. So happy New Year to you. All right, a new three. You like an energy reading between you and the Pisces. Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know around this energy. All right. Well. All right. Come on. There it goes. It's having trouble. Got the Two of Cups. Very nice. Important relationship energy between the two of you. And the Queen of Swords, balancing out heart and mind energy coming in here too. It's about not about getting out of your head and into your heart, allowing this balance, not to think about all of these things coming from the head, but the heart is coming into play. When the heart battles the mind, the heart eventually wins. Um, because the mind gets exhausted trying to live up to all the expectations and all the roles that were given around it all. And so I feel like here you also have the Seven of Coins, the Seven of Pentacles on the bottom, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So there is some time that this has been taking place, and things are working themselves out on both sides of you. I feel here where some old ways of thinking about things and that things have to be a certain way. It's like there's some wiggle room coming in here where you're really discovering, and both of you are discovering what is truly important and what just seems urgent. And you're like, this isn't in the long run, that's not important. You're beginning to both to focus on the important things in life and for each other, and not so much the stuff that we argue about, the stuff that we're so close-minded and stubborn about. These things are opening up a little bit more for the side, both of you here. But the Seven of Pentacles, it's taking time for things to go forward. It's like watching the grass grow. Always entertaining. Huh, what? So hang in there, New Three. It's a coming, it's a coming. It's just taking its time. Just all you can do is, while things are slowly unfolding, is look at your own. What are your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets? What are your emotions that you're feeling? And raise your vibration of your thoughts and your emotions. And that allows a more smooth movement between the two as they do that too. All right. And that's what they have for you. So happy New Year to you. And then Pinky, you want to know your spouse's professional life. All right. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. All right. Well. So we've got the King of Coins, King of Pentacles. Whatever they do, there definitely is abundance that comes with it here. You know, they rule the outside world. And the Knight of Cups is movement of emotion. And so their whatever professional life they have, it is movement of emotion. It's someone who motivates people, someone who maybe entertains people, but I feel like it's more helping people transmute emotion. And so you might find them that they're in some sort of um, helping. Uh, it helps people emotionally, so that seems to steer more towards like counseling, psychologist type of energy there. But anything that results in an emotional transformation, which even doctors, any position can do that, because we have so much emotion of fear when things are going on. Lawyer, doctor, whatever is happening. If our body is something going on, we're upset, and if they help solve a medical issue, it helps emotionally too. So they have a heart for helping humanity, and they have a heart for helping people with their emotions. And I feel like that is their big thing, and they do very well at it, because obviously they've got that King of Pentacles coming in, showing great amount of abundance, and then the Strength card too, which is about helping people have courage and strength, and as they're going through things as well. So I like this for you, Pinky, and that's what they have for you right now regarding them. So happy New Year to you. And then Jean XO, hello, Jean. And you want to ask what is coming towards you in money this week, and you also what's the underlying energy? Sure. Let's take a look here and see what they want you to know about money this week. All right. So you have the Three of Wands and you have the Six of Wands. Three of Wands is about changing directions, and Six of Wands is victory. So when you take a slightly different path than you normally would, you do have victory and success that comes in. The bottom of the deck shows the Page of Swords, which is clarity and new ways of looking at things, cutting away fears and seeing things from a higher perspective. And so this is what allows you, it's because the 3 of Wands, you usually change direction because of new information, new awareness that comes in. So the 3 of Wands here is the really, I feel like an important piece of knowing what's happening here is this flexibility and openness and open-mindedness to doing things a slightly different way, seeing getting things from a slightly different source maybe, but it is this change of mindset that allows all of that to happen. So I like that for you. 6 of Wands victory. That's how the week ends. So I like that for you, Jean. So many blessings to you. And then Dijona Sturgis, you are up next. And you want to know whatever comes out. So let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Well, you do have the 2 nines, and that's the Hermit energy, but you have the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Swords. This is about independence, about nightmares and insomnia, and clearing away these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about being independent and being alone. That's coming in here. And I feel like they're just having you look at any fears about being alone without someone. Not that it will happen, but it's important for you to be in a space to go, I'm okay with being by myself. Because you have the Queen of Wands. It's very much a self-empowerment. You can do anything that you put your mind to. You walk into a room, you glow, you can transform things with your beautiful energy. And the Queen of Wands has a very, very um, close connection to the spirit world too, which the 9 of Pentacles, when they usually have her in the garden, she usually has a winged creature with her, which is um, spirit with you. And so you definitely, the Queen of Wands, it's trust that you're never are ever, ever truly alone. You're surrounded by a host of beings of love and support who do want to help you and go along, with you on your path. And they're there reminding you that they're there, showing you repeating numbers, synchronicities, whatever it may be. You're going, why am I seeing, let's see what earlier they used an example of ostriches. I'm seeing ostriches on my social media, on the news. I even saw one running down the street. They're putting an ostrich farm in. What? Who would have thought? And it's like, whoa, they're getting your attention, letting you know that you're not alone and that they'll be with you on this path as well. So I like that for you, Dijona. That's what they have for you right now. And Happy New Year to you. And then Die Baby 777, you're up and you want to know, what do you need to know? All right. So what do you need to know right now? All right. Well, so you definitely have a new birth and new love coming and forming here. The Empress, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, you're nurturing yourself, you're finding love from within, freedom from a lot of outside rules and people trying to control you, following your nature, following your intuition. A lot of emotion in here, especially with the Page of Cups coming in, which is a heightened love, a newer love, a more depth of love. Um, Both for self and for others and from others. So there definitely is this, birthing, this sensuality too that comes in with all of this. And so openness of heart is an important piece that's coming in here, and allowing the birthing of things, allowing and being open to receiving is an important piece of all this. So that's what's coming in right now for you, Die Baby. Hopefully that makes sense to you there. All right. So many blessings and Happy New Year to you. And then Needy, hello, hello. And when will you be able to get a job in the USA? Let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know about this job in the USA? All right. Well, you definitely have opportunities here coming, and I'll show you. You got the Ace of Pentacles, which is the new opportunity opening up. You have the Star card, dreams come true, opening up here. But what's standing in between you in this is the Nine of Wands, this barrier, right? And I probably have talked before about the Take 10 with Zen episode 5, which is the Six of Pentacles energy. Sorry, I'm falling off my chair here. Um, and it's about this barrier that's up is coming from worthiness and this out of balance um, uh, rate of exchange inside of your heart, where you learned when you were 7 years old and younger that you know had to overgive to someone when you were younger and to get very little back, and so this created a belief system within you that you have to give so much to deserve so little. And all that seeps down into our subconscious, and that little inner child is policing that and maintaining that and hatch marking how much you're giving to see if you deserve to receive something back yet, the one coin. And that's what's holding back. You have this great opportunity, so be sure to check that out if that resonates with you, because that will open up and the floodgates, and it will remove these obstacles to allow that opportunity to come your way. It will feel like a dream come true. So if you go to my main page at the very top, or at the very top playlist, there's a Take 10 with Zen playlist. Episode 5, I believe, is what you're looking for. So that will open things up. And as soon as you do that, as soon as you look at these emotions that are creating this boundary and this, you know, force field, keeping these opportunities from getting to you and keeping you from getting outside of that barrier, as soon as you do that, the barriers fall down and here come the opportunities. So it's all up to you, needy, which is where we want that power, right? All right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Let me just see where we're at here. And cup of tea with $3 worth of sugar and cookies. What a name. I love it. All right. And you want to know what will happen in 2024 for you. So if you haven't checked out your 2024 energy forecast, I have those for each individual zodiac sign also on my main page. So check that out for more details. It does go over love, career, and money, finance, for the entire year. And then also it breaks up the year into 3 4-month periods, tells you a blessing for each, and then also information that Spirit wants you to know for each. So the playlist and all the videos are on my main page if you want to check that out here. Besides that, they have the page of coins coming in here for you, which the page of coins is, you know, Page of Pentacles, new opportunities that are opening up in the outside world of 2024 that are directly in relationship to your uh, feelings of worth in relationship to the outside world. So you're kind of on this quest of discovering, who am I? What am I really good at? What do I love about myself? Do I really believe that? Well, we'll see here. But you do. Wow. Page of coins to the 10 of coins. 10 of coins, super amount of abundance in the outside world, which can be, you know, they usually have two people on there with a child and a dog and a grandparent and a palace and pentacles and money. And so there is the very much this fullness of life that comes in for you in 2024. But it has to do with you going through this rebirth. It's the death card came out here. This transformation that you have around who you are and what you are worthy of. And so there is this upgrade that you're going through, and you're discovering, why do I hold myself back? Why don't I allow these things? What's at play here in my life, and what can I transform there? So I like that for you. Cup of tea. So many blessings and happy new year to you. All right. And then God's daughter. Welcome, welcome. So you are up next. What did Andre's ex-girlfriends do to him? I mean is how did his ex-girlfriend break his heart? Well, that's a good question. You know, no one can break our heart though. What? Say it isn't so, it's true. First of all, that our heart can be broken is one of the human lies that we create to be able to experience what it might feel like to feel like we have a broken heart. But our hearts are so strong, no one can ever break our heart, right? What we feel when we think we're going through a heartbreak is our human heart going into fight or flight mode, into fear. Because if you look at it, if you have ever felt heartbroken, do you remember when someone also startled you? Like, I know my brother and I used to play jokes on each other where, like, I'd hide in the bottom of his closet while he was taking a shower and just wait, and then he'd come in, open his closet door with the lights not very much on, and I'd grab his leg and, you have that feeling of like something scary is grabbing me. Well, that's that prick in our heart is fight or flight. It's the same thing we feel when we go through an emotional fear and emotional scare, which is when someone does something and we take it personally that, oh, they're doing that and that means this about me because I have this belief. So I'm feeling this way and we go into fear and it loops, like when my brother, when I'd scare him and he'd realize it was me, or he'd scare me and I'd realize it was him, you calm down, the fear subsides, right? Your body comes out of fight or flight mode because it feels safe again. But when we go through an emotional heartbreak and emotional fear, it's looping it. It doesn't hasn't resolved it yet until we look at, oh, what they're doing doesn't mean anything about me and blah 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 blah. And we realize the transformation of these emotions and everything. It's amazing thing that happens is that um, we the heartbreak goes away. I mean, if you think about it, the heartbreak doesn't continue. When you get distracted by something, you forget you're heartbroken until something reminds you again, or you go to sleep, it goes away, you wake up, and as soon as you remember, "Oh, that's right, I'm alone." Ah, psh, bzz, bzz, bzz. So, no one can do that, and it's all about our choice, and it's all about how we, you know, the story that we've been taught, and if we still believe it, when they do something, we apply it going, "Oh, this means something about me. I'm not good enough. I'm not lovable. I'm gonna die alone out in the wilderness and get eaten by wolves because I'm not good enough." There's these stories that are below with all of it that come forward. So we'll take a look here and see what did his girlfriend do that your boyfriend took as something against them, and that there was this fear that triggered within your boyfriend. Let's see if they'll show us here what that is here. Okay. Well, they give us one card. Wow. Did they threaten their life? Death and rebirth. With that card, I really feel like here, and especially in the bottom of the deck with the Three of Pentacles, which is all about be true to your authentic self. I feel like um what their ex-girlfriend did was that they had a lot of threat, a lot of you need to be who I want you to be, and if you don't, then I'm leaving you. And there was a lot of manipulation that happened that way, which we're all taught in some way or another, but it's usually through, if you ever know the three stages of manipulation, the first is the poor me. So when you don't do what I want you to do for me, oh, I'm so upset. This has really hurt me, and I can't believe you didn't do what I wanted you to do. Even some tears, right? And they're like, oh, and we're taught, oh, I'm supposed to make you happy, so let me try to make you happy. If that doesn't work, if stage one manipulation doesn't work, then stage two kicks in, which is bullying, anger, throwing things around. I can't believe you didn't do that. Rah, rah, rah. Even physical abuse, right? I don't feel like they physically abused them though, but I feel like they usually stopped at, I mean, they didn't stop it. They made, usually it was them. Well, no, they're correcting me. They're saying it was about 50% sad and then 50% bullying, but ultimately they would use cutting them off from everything. Rejection is the stage three. If the first stages don't work, then rejection is what every human fears. No, say it isn't so. That you're. I'm not going to talk to you. Or if you live with me, cold shoulder. I'm not speaking to you. I'm walking out of the room. I'm hanging up. I'm hanging up. I'm ghosting you. Whatever. And then if that doesn't work, they'll start over the first and go, I can't believe when I walked out of the room, you didn't chase after me. And then anger and then rejection, sadness, anger, rejection, sadness, anger, rejection. So they had them on this loop of rejecting them and wanting them to be who they were and constantly having to walk on eggshells. And so I feel like it's more so that they had to um, try to make them jump through hoops all the time and all this stuff and never like it was like hardly ever where they did something and they were grateful for it. It was always like, well, why didn't you do that? It's like, "I just bought you." It's like, "I bought you a diamond ring." "Well, why didn't you buy me this other more expensive one?" They weren't grateful for what they got. That was always about more. And this has to do with, you know, try to understand from the ex-girlfriend's point of view that they grew up in such a high, stressful home with all these rules that that's how they what they learned. And so, just understand that's where it came from. So that's what they have for right now, God's daughters. So happy new year to you. And then Ashvin Rai, you are up next, and you want to know, yeah, happy new year to you. What is the new year guidance for you in terms of career and love? All right, and don't forget to check out your 2024 energy forecast. The um, playlist is on my main screen. Um, when you go back to my main page, and the videos are all out there. There's one for each individual zodiac sign, so you can't miss them. And be sure to check that out because it does go into love, money, and career. And also, it breaks out the year into 3 equal sections of 4 months each and tells you a blessing for each, and also special messages, what Spirit wants you to know for those periods. But in addition to that, New Year's guidance, what do they have for career and money here? All right. And then what else? Yeah. So when it comes to money and career in 2024, there is this Queen of Coins is about, this Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, getting away from the low vibration emotions. The Five of Cups, they'll focus on the spilt cups, and and but the part of the Five of Cups, the transition that happens is that they learn when they turn around that I have a power to choose lower vibrational emotions or higher vibrational emotions, and whatever I focus on grows and expands for career and love and anything else in our lives. And I feel like there's this energy of being aware of what you're choosing and what you're focusing on, and you can change that focus because you have a great opportunity with the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Coins, to have a very prosperous 2024 as far as money and abundance, but also regarding love coming in here because you have the Five of Cups. But it's about turning the frown upside down, turning and balancing your head and your heart with the King of Cups on the bottom here too, where you're, you know, um, getting to the root of why things are happening in a certain way, and why do I feel that way? Where do I believe that? Blah 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 blah. It's this balancing and refocusing of what do you focus on every day? Whatever you focus the most on is what grows and expands, and you invite more of it into your life. So a lot of what this happens, you're going to have some significant changes in career and love in 2024, regardless of what you do, but the extent to where it's for higher vibration or lower stuff is up to you by what your constant focus is on. All right. So that's what they have for you, Ashvin. Again, check out your 2024 energy forecast by zodiac sign for more information. All right. And then Mizrak Bayin, you are up next, and you want to know what is coming up this coming month. All right. So let's take a look here. And don't forget to check out the pick cards for the solstice. That gives you a 3 month forecast, as well as the Capricorn. It gives you the from December 21st to January 21st. And then, as I've been mentioning, the 2024 energy forecast gives you the whole year and breaks it out by 4 month periods. So you can look at that first period as well. But in addition to all of that, they are saying here you're going to have this tower moments here this next year where things are being moved out of your way to make more space for you in your life for equal giving and receiving. The tower is that, there could be some um, codependent relationships with that Six of Coins that you've had where people you have to give and give and give and give and give and give some more, and then they give you a little bit back. And these relationships are mirrors for you to see those things about yourself. But there's also this movement of these individuals out of your life so that you can make space for those healthy relationships that are 50-50 instead of 90-10, where you give 90% and they give 10% back. So a big a big month of kind of relationship reckoning, if you want to say that, where you're really thinking about the relationships in your life and going, yeah, I'm investing a lot of energy in these things and not get anything back. And I can either wait for the lightning bolt to come and remove them from my life, or I can take action and avoid the electric shock treatment of the lightning bolt. But it is a time for you for freedom for you and for you to step forward. So I like that for you, Ms. Rec, and that's what they have for you right now. So happy new year to you. And then we've got Mia. Hello, hello, Mia. So you want to know well, you'd love a Jen we're reading for the month of January. Is it going to be productive and progressive? Let's take a look here. And if you want to know more about the next year or two, I've been talking about the energy updates of 2024 and some other picket cards with the solstices in Capricorn that can give you more information about January, but also the next 3 months and then the next year too. Yeah, you've got this kind of restart coming here in the month of January. I do feel like you will be productive in a different way though, because the 5 of Cups is like been this transformation instead of focusing on the lower vibrational spilt cups or the fear of spilling a cup and going, you know what? Whatever unfolds, whatever happens, it is what it is. I get to choose the emotion that I go through it. No one's perfect. I get to learn and grow through things. And so I feel like the productivity and progressiveness happens because you're letting go of a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets with the full card. They're heading off into a new journey that's free of a lot of this supposed to, should, need to, have to, must of business and everyone else with all their requirements and blah, blah, blah. Just feels like you're in a cage, but this full card is like you're moving out of that. You're like, you know what? I'm not gonna make everyone happy. I'm gonna choose to focus my energy on what I want to grow and expand. And it doesn't makes it this kind of freedom that feels like an adventure rather than feeling like it's work, right? And I like this transformation because that is where the progressiveness and the productiveness comes in because you're not feeling like you're taking one step forward and 10 steps back with all those rules and all this oppression and those fears of not you know living up to people's expectations, and there's this freedom that comes in with all this. So I like it. Very productive if you can just get beyond these fears of all this metrics of measuring things. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to do what I love. And that is what brings productivity. I know when I worked in corporate life, when I would ply myself and do like way above and beyond stuff, I'd barely meet expectations, like in your, performance evaluations. And then I'd get disappointed because I would try so hard and for very little result, if any. And I'm like, what? And so I'd back off and go, okay, why am I here? I want to go, I want to help my peers. I want to help my reps. I want to help my customers, whatever positions I was in at the time. And doing 25% of the work I did, I'd get promoted. I would get bonuses. I would get raises. And you're like, "How is that working?" But it's because I let go of control and focused on my passion instead. That's when I was most productive. That's when I made the most progress. But when I tried so hard to become something, then the lesson was for me to fall short because that is not where the oomph and the energy comes from. It comes from that positive energy of gratitude instead of fear of failing and fear of not matching up. So hopefully that helps, Mia. That's what they have for you. Happy New Year to you. All right, and then we're down to the final reading I have, which is for Shay B. Hey, Shay. You want to know, will Jordan message you this week? All right, we'll take a look here. And if I missed anyone, deepest apologies. I will be back next Friday. Plus, I have half off all my personal readings through probably tomorrow afternoon by the time I get up and start moving around and get to that place on my could-do list of changing back the pricing to full price. So be sure to take advantage of those if you like. All right, let's take a look here. All about, well, it looks like it's undecided. Yay, Two of Swords. It could go either way right now. The energies of the future are pretty there's like this block that's happening here with that 9 of Wands, stopping them from moving forward for contacting, um, with that. So there's an obstacle in the way that's holding them back. But the Two of Swords is, that there's still an opportunity because they're like standing at a fork in a road. Well, I could or I couldn't, and they're working things out yet on whether they want to or not. And I just feel like there's been so busy that they're just like, they're coming back to a 4-day work week and followed by, the previous 4-day work week. I just feel like they feel overwhelmed in their life. And I feel like they're just kind of trying to get things sorted out for this new year. So it's still undecided their shape. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Right, everybody. I will, after I finish here, I will take a moment and I'll put a pinned comment on this video of the order in which the readings were completed so you can find yours. And again, thank you so much for all the thumbs up on the video. It helps spread the Zen love. It helps my channel grow, and I'm so grateful for that. The YouTube algorithm looks at all of that, and it automatically shares my videos with other people. So you get to be part of loving or spreading the love tsunami to the world as well. So thank you guys so much for all that. And what a year we've had. I'm so excited where we're headed. And I'm just going to give you and send you a big blessing that this next year, that it be full of more unconditional love, joy, and gratitude than you can almost handle. So many blessings to y'all. Much love. And remember every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day, night, rest of your year. Happy New Year to you, those on the other side of the world that are already celebrating. And we'll see you next year. Till then, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself.